Hello everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining me in this brief tutorial. In this video we're going to be going over downloading and setting up Atom.io text editor for use in this course. We'll then create our very first web page and display it in Chrome. This may seem very basic and unimpressive, but you'll find that everything builds upon previous concepts. I want to add that the best way to build fluency in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and any other web programming language is through coding and doing it repeatedly. All right, let's get started. The first thing I want you to do is navigate in your Chrome browser to https://atom.io and hit enter. By the way, we'll be using Chrome quite a bit to demonstrate various ways to troubleshoot and test your web pages. I recommend that you install Chrome. Okay, so once you've landed on the Atom.io homepage, you'll notice that it should automatically determine which operating system you're on, and all you need to do is click the download button and install. You may want to pause the video at this point while you wait for the Atom text editor to finish installing. Okay, once you've finished installing the Atom text editor, go ahead and open it. And let's go ahead and talk through some of the tabs that we see here, because these may be useful for you, and we'll definitely probably use some of these later on in the course. On the first tab, it has the welcome guide, and you'll notice it says open a project, and this is basically if you have a project folder you want to open, you can click on that and open it. You can also control your projects through Git and GitHub. Git and GitHub are version control applications. Git is the language, the version control software that's used, and GitHub is a website, a company that actually uses Git to store different copies of software. And I recommend you go on out there at some point and scroll through GitHub, even create yourself an account. It's a great place for storing all kinds of documents for free. The next thing that you'll see is you can collaborate in real time, and we may use this, especially if some of you get stuck. We can use Teletype and basically work on a project together, type on the same project. Atom is a hackable text editor, so you can also install different packages. You can choose a theme. Right now they have a, I think it's called the Darkula theme installed. It's a play on the word Dracula, Darkula. Anyways, you can install other themes if you want to make it more friendly to you. I kind of prefer the darker theme because it's easier on my eyes. When you're staring at a screen all day, something a little darker with a text in white is easier to see. You can customize the styling. You can hack the init script if you're into that kind of thing, and so forth. All right, on the Welcome tab, there are two tabs here. Buried in this next section, and this Welcome tab, it has a little bit of information about the text editor, meaning that things that you can do to add to it. You can, of course, click this little button here to show the welcome guide when you're opening Atom, and of course you can go to the website. There's also a telemetry consent. This basically says, hey, Atom wants to know if you can have your data of your usage of it so they can improve it. I typically don't do any of that. All right, what I want you to do is we're going to go ahead and close each of these tabs. Close the telemetry and the welcome. And what I want you to do is we're going to create a project folder. So I want you to click on the add folder. Okay, we're going to zoom in on this for a moment, and what we're going to do is click Add Folders. And in our Add Folders, we'll select the Documents folder. We'll click New Folder. We'll call this Course Projects. Click Create. We'll open that again. Go down to the Course Projects folder that we just created. We're going to add a couple of more folders here, so bear with me as we do this. We'll call the first one Week 1 because we're in Week 1. Open it back up again. I find this very annoying that QuickTime is not allowing me to keep this window open. And we're going to create one more folder and call this Assignment 1. Okay, click on that again. If yours stays open, you don't have to click the add folder so many times, but on mine, because I'm recording this through QuickTime, it tends to close it or hide it. Okay, so you're going to select the assignment 1 folder and click open. Now, once you have assignment open in the course project here, you're going to right click on that and say new file. And this new file that you have open here, you're basically asking you the path for it. And because we've clicked on assignment 1, all we're going to do is type index.html. Please make sure that you type out index.html correctly, not index comma or index semicolon or in anything else, but index.html, all in lowercase, and hit enter. Once you've done that, you're going to see a line 1 that's kind of flashing there. And what you want to do is type in HTML and hit enter. And when you do that, it's going to auto-populate for you several elements here. It's going to include the doc type at the top. This basically says that we're going to be using the latest version of HTML, which is HTML5. We have our opening tags, our HTML, and our closing tags. Inside our opening tags, we have what are called attributes. Attributes occur in key value pairs. So there is an attribute called lang, and the lang attribute is language, and here it's set to EN, which is English. And the directionality of our web page is going to be left to right. Now, what that means is in English we read left to right, but in other languages there's a different directionality, and so that's how you control that. Inside the HTML tag, you'll notice we have a head, an opening and closing head tag, and inside after that we have the body tag. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our cursor inside the title, and we're going to type my first web page. And we'll go down to the body, we'll type H1, hit enter, and you'll notice that Atom, the text editor, it auto-populates the tags for you. What I mean by that is when you type H1, it already knows you're using HTML, and so it's going to use a selection of those HTML tags and auto-format them for you. By the way, you could also type out the tag H1 colon greater than backslash H1. You could do it that way as well. Whoops, there we go. But for simplicity's sake and to help us get started, we're going to use the autocomplete features. So you just type H1 and let it be. All right, this is a header tag, and we're going to type my first web page. And then after that, we're going to type P for paragraph, hit enter. Inside the paragraph tag, we'll just go ahead and create an extra space, and we're going to type hello, my name is, and you type in your name, and we're going to save it. Now, we have created our first web page. It is in the course projects folder under assignment index HTML. And what we're going to do is I've already opened for us here a blank browser, and all we're going to do in that blank browser is we're going to navigate. Okay, so let's zoom in again on this. What we want to do is go File, Open File, go down to Documents. We'll navigate to our Course Projects folder. Go to Week 1, Assignments, Index, and then we'll click Open. And there is our first web page. Now you'll also notice that you can access this up here by just typing it in like so. You could type in file, colon, 3 backslashes, and then you have the directory that it is located under. Now there are a lot of things here that we haven't talked about. We're going to get into much of these later. One of them is the scheme, and so for example Chrome supports the file scheme, but usually most schemes are HTTP or HTTPS. We'll get into a lot more of that later on, but for now you've created your first web page, and what I want you to do next is upload that page into the course assignments here in Canvas. All right. Thanks everyone.